Check us out on Patreon, guys, where we're giving you the entire year now for $10.08. Over 100 videos worth of content for $10.08.
8 cents is just such a slap in the face.
Like 84 cents a month, I think is what it comes out to.
I haven't seen 84 cents in 15 years. Ever since penny candy.
So check us out on Patreon, guys. Hope to see you there.
The entire year.
What's up, guys? Your boys are back with a little something special today. Lord, outside of our, well, I guess a lot of things are outside of our comfort zone.
That's right.
But something a little, even different for us.
We have been on a journey, and this is gonna be a different part of the journey. But I tell you, this is gonna be going down the road. Let's travel like a mom.
But it should be fun though, and it's kind of in line with what we do, guys. We try different things, man. So good, bad, or indifferent. So I think this is the Who. Is that right?
Could be the Who, could be the Hue. I believe it's the Who, but I could be wrong. Again, we just jump right into these videos. We don't really do too much research. We're gonna do a little wiki read on this band just to get some sort of information about them.
Yeah.
But all I know is, man, you guys, there's been like a certain subset. It could be only like really 50 motherfuckers, but those 50 people have been trying to get us. It could be thousands. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it seems like there's a certain subset
There's
of our
a niche number of people
the demographic on our channel that have really been going hard for us to do Mongolian throat singing. And I'm gonna be honest, man. We said Mongolian throat singing, that just seemed a little bit too far left.
Yeah, we were just like, nah, we're not gonna do that.
For the
I'm
time.
not gonna lie. We were just like, I don't think we're gonna do that, man. So let's move on. But we was like, you know what, man? That's kind of very narrow-minded of us, right? And
we're free thinkers, man.
And that goes against what we preach. So we're like, man, let's try it, man. And I believe this song is called what? Wolf Totem?
Wolf Totem is the one we're gonna do.
Okay.
This one in Uve or the Yuve song. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It was between those two. I know that for sure. Those were always the songs coming up for this particular band. All right, so a little bit about the band. The Who or the Hue is a Mongolian folk rock band formed in 2016. They use traditional Mongolian instruments. I think the horsehead fiddle is one of the instruments that they mention here. And of course, throat singing.
A whole bunch of names of instruments that we can't even pronounce.
That was so smooth. That was so smooth how I get past these difficult instruments to pronounce. I was going.
But we keep it 1,000.
If y'all had the wiki in front of you, you'd be like, "Yeah, that was smooth, George." Yeah. You just dip past all those difficult pronunciations, and
But one thing I will say though, with all of those unique instruments, it should sound different.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm not gonna talk about my idea of Mongolian throat singing, but I think I'm pretty sure I heard something a while back and it was wild to me. But we'll see how it's incorporated musically. And the band calls their style of music Hunu rock or Hunu rock. Okay. It's an ancient Turkish sort of Mongolian Empire form of music.
Okay.
Some of the band's lyrics include old Mongolian war cries and poetry.
Okay.
So
the
very
writing
different.
should be good as well, man.
I would think so. And this is the only band that people have requested for us to do as it relates to Mongolian throat singing. So shout out to them if they're pioneers in this or whatever. Let us know if they're not pioneers, if other bands have been doing this. But salute to them.
Yeah, let's give it a shot, man.
That is, dude, truer words have never been spoken. This is gonna be interesting, man. I'm actually pretty excited because this is something completely different from anything we've ever done. So let's get into it. I believe the Who, Wolf Totem.
Epic though already.
So right here, help us out. Is someone throat singing in this beginning part, or is that an instrument? Because it's like So because when I
did you hear that?
It was like a
I just want you to do the shit again.
Okay.
It's like what?
Edit. I'll be editing. No, let's start that back up because I want it because it's like a vibrational thing. Let's start that back up.
But like I said, it sounds epic. It sounds like a start of a movie, doesn't it?
Definitely does. Someone said this had a little bit of groove to it.
Wolf Totem. All right.
It's interesting that the modern feel to it. Yeah, the modern feel with this sort of ancient feel. You know, especially with the horse, with the motorcycles. It's interesting. Merging ancient cultural things with modern.
Sound like something like crazy.
Anybody get it. Anybody can get it. The lions, the humans. Okay. That's what it seems like it's about. There it is.
That's what you're getting. That's your.
My throat is fucked up from that little that I did at the beginning of the video, trying to imitate what I thought Mongolian throat singing was. Like I'm like kind of strained from that.
I'm surprised for a couple different reasons, but the first reason though is it sounds modern to me. It doesn't sound that different, other than the tone of how they're singing the lyrics with the with the ding, 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 that's unique. But outside of that, it sounds like the instruments sound like instruments that I'm pretty familiar with.
Yeah,
doesn't it have like a modern type of feel to it?
It's interesting because we were talking, me and Ryan were talking as the video was going on. I don't know if you guys heard it, and the imagery in the video is, they have these guys that are part of a sort of imitating maybe just a modern sort of tribe of sorts,
right?
And they came in on motorcycles, but then they had the guy at the forefront, possibly the leader, on a horse,
yeah,
right. So I think that imagery is deliberate. It's merging sort of ancient historical.
Perspective
elements of music and culture with modern culture, and the funny thing is I was kind of looking at some of the definition of throat singing here, and it says it's a guttural style of singing or chanting, and it's one of the world's oldest forms of music. For those who think the human voice can produce only one note at a time, the resonant harmonies of throat singing are surprising. In throat singing, a singer can produce 2 or more notes simultaneously through specialized vocalization techniques, taking advantage of the throat's resonance, and the characteristics of the throat. So that's pretty impressive. Instead of you being able to pull off one note, you're producing simultaneous notes at the same time.
But that's actually really incredible.
It is.
I didn't even know that was possible, first of all. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't even know how you would practice something like that.
But very impressive, though, that throat singing, man. It's good to kind of get perspective on that, because obviously that takes quite a bit of skill. And I was joking when but also serious at the same time when I said my voice is kind of strained, just from trying to pull off what I thought that they were doing, which was, I'm assuming, throat singing at the beginning of the video. So clearly, based off of that, I can tell that takes a lot of training, dedication to being able to pull that off. So let's get back to it.
all about the smoke though. They're all about like if you want the smoke, or if in this case, if you want the fight, we'll give you a fight, so to speak. You know, because everything is almost like a give and take type of thing with the lyrics. You know, if you come at me and what I think one of them was like elephants. If you bring the elephants,
lions, humans,
we'll bring the rage. Well, if you whatever. You know, so it's almost like this song is probably a kind of a form of power, but specifically in what they're doing, man, it looks like that they're just kind of bridging those cultures, right?
Yeah.
And bringing old school and new school kind of together. So I think it's a beauty to that, man.
Absolutely.
Whether you like the music or not, I think that's there's a beauty to that.
And this is just, to me, it also feels ritualistic. You know what I mean? As well.
Yep.
Like just the way his voice is chanting and the vibrational sort of
Yep.
frequency of his voice. It does give you a different feeling, and it's hard to even describe. And I look at what the lead singer is able to do with his voice, and then I look at what we've done, and I sort of liken it to what we've done with extreme metal and hearing the sort of the guttural growls. And once you kind of get into that world and you start realizing the technique and all the skill that goes into it, you have to appreciate it as well. You know what I'm saying? But I just marvel at just what's even possible.
Right.
You know, when I read that shit earlier, how
Yeah.
you can hit notes, I guess, simultaneously.
Yeah,
Like, two or three notes, right? Simultaneously.
That's crazy.
Insane. You know, so
crazy.
I'm enjoying it, man. It's actually an enjoyable listen. Like Ryan, like you said earlier, Ryan, it does have a groove to it, so it's not as foreign as you would think going into it. When you
That I
hear
thought it was
Mongolian throat singing,
I thought it was gonna be foreign as hell.
Yeah. All right, man, let's finish it up.
Smoke. Who wants to smoke?
I don't. You know what I'm saying? I think they still have swords too.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Like we could get guns. Sword game.
Шунхрын хурдаар хурцлан шиг тонны дөрвөрсөн дүрзийн крэд мөрдийн хургаар нүрги тамбот чингсийн банар тарри
Yeah, man.
So that was cool, man.
Yeah, it was different, but again, a lot of familiar elements there, right? In the music. But one thing that I really kept thinking about while I was watching this, man, because you said something that was like, I think you said something along the lines of like a ritual and togetherness and powerful and strength. We kind of keep going back to that. But one of the things that I kept the picture that just kept creeping into my mind was 300. You know, and if you've seen the movie 300, it's all about that, like rebellion, but togetherness, you know, and preserving the culture of what you believe, right? And the scene that I always think about is when he was like, "This is madness." He was like, "No, this isn't madness. This is Sparta." And he kicked that motherfucker down that well. But I know I'm being super like animated with it. But the bottom line is it was powerful, right? And you fight for what you believe in. And that's kind of what I got from that song. No matter what happens, we're going to stay together. And if someone's going to test that, it's going to be a war. It's going to be an all-out war. We're not saying we going to win.
Fearless, though.
But it's going to be an all-out war. And, you know, dude, not that I was trying to draw parallels to this song and what's happening now, man, but I think we can know, man, you know. This is the whole coronavirus thing and, COVID and we're trying to, gain some traction with that and get over this, man. But this is a time to come together. This is a time to fight an enemy, a common enemy to mankind that we can't really fight unless we come together, you know? So that's kind of what this song kind of embodied to me. No matter what's going on, no matter what the opposition, and, in this case, I'm talking about COVID, but no matter what the opposition is, it's a time to come together. We'll fight it to the end and get over this, man. So it was an enjoyable listen to me. Not really my thing, but again, that's what we do on this channel. We really try to push ourselves to listen to something that we may not really, be familiar with, but we try to, take the good with the bad, give our, critiques here and there. But at the end of the day, man, they're very successful, and what they're able to do has familiar elements. So I think that that's what gives them their, commercial appeal.
Yep.
Even if it's not technically commercial. So,
Yep.
So I think that's a thumbs up, man.
I think that was cool, man. That was actually a cool listen. I mean, because when certain instruments play, it does take me, it's a very unique sort of mind state or a very unique sort of imagery that comes to mind when you hear certain instruments. Like, I don't know if it was the horse head fiddle or something, but I thought of an Asian battlefield, I hate to say it, but this is what I thought. I thought of samurais facing off to a degree, or an army of ancient sort of Mongolian warlords. You know what I'm saying? I'm just fishing. I'm like Mongolian
warlords.
Just to kind of end it and sum it up, man. This made me smile, man, because it made me realize that everything at some point will be forgotten. I hate to say that, and I know that's like a very morbid sort of pessimistic way of looking at life. We'll all be forgotten. This world will be forgotten. We will be engulfed by our own sun at some point, unless we don't colonize other planets. Highly unlikely, in my opinion, but it could happen, right? I'm gonna go somewhere with this, guys. I promise. But I like seeing a certain level of preservation, because I'm from I grew up in the '90s, and it's almost like, even from what I listened to in the '90s, it's like, kids these days, man, it's almost like that's been forgotten. Certain aspects, because we're hip hop heads, we like hip hop.
Yeah.
Even certain sort of foundational things in hip hop have seemed to just have lost their luster or lost their sort of meaning and understanding, and that's only over a few decades. So for them to be able to preserve this ancient cultural things for this long, have such respect, and passion for something that has been around for centuries, I think is a beautiful thing. And also still modernizing it and understanding that it has to progress as well. You want things to progress, so you infuse it with modern elements to show progression, but at the same time, we respect where we come from, we respect our roots, and we respect what this, what this sort of these cultural things have done for our people, I guess you could say. So I thought that was just a beautiful thing to see, man. Didn't like the song, no, but I don't know if you guys can expect, us to really enjoy it in terms of seeing ourselves like playing it on a first listen on something that's completely foreign to us. But I did think that was cool, though.
Yeah,
it was cool. And that throat singing, bruh, I respect it just
that's
based
crazy.
off of that like small little attempt at the beginning that I tried. Yeah, I already know that's real, bruh. Man, so salute to the Who and everybody that requested that, man. That was
Yeah,
a
man.
refreshing listen,
It
that's
was.
for sure.
It
what I'm
was,
saying?
man.
That's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, guys, check out our Patreon channel if you're interested. The link for that will be in the description, along with information from our sponsors. I'm George. That's Ryan, Las Vegas.
We out.